Kevin Durant got into it with Boogie Cousins during last night's game, and both players were ejected. It was the third time Durant has been ejected this season, more than any other player in the league. After the game, Durant said, quote, "Every time I get ejected, I make sure it's late in the game. I'm not messing up in the first or second quarter." We're joined once again by Earl Watson. But Skip, let me start with you.
Yep.
What's going on here?
I spent a lot of years talking to people who know Kevin Durant, trying to analyze Kevin Durant, and he's a deep dude. He has a lot of layers to him. And what's happening to me right now is that Golden State now goes as Kevin Durant goes, and that's before and after the whistle. And occasionally, of late, Kevin's been going a little over the edge. Last year, he was in an amazing new comfort zone in the Bay Area with the new team that embraced him and welcomed him in and said, basically, Steph said, it's your team. And yet, after all the success that Kevin has had as the, obviously, MVP of the finals, a lot of his extended family came back into play. He's had some issues with some of the people in his extended family. You know how it goes. And all of a sudden, you've got to take care of a lot of people. And it keeps Kevin now a little more on edge than he was a year ago when he had everything in order. And it makes him a little more volatile and maybe occasionally sort of psychologically vulnerable on the court. And what I know of Kevin is that he does a lot of deep thinking. What's it all mean? Who am I? He goes through identity crises occasionally. Remember the shoe campaign he had back in, what was it, 2013? Not nice, Kevin Durant. You know, like he thinks sometimes you can't be a nice guy and be the best player in basketball. Right. And he thinks sometimes he's too nice a guy. And against Russell, this time, Russell Westbrook, when they lost in Oklahoma City, I thought Kevin just went completely over the edge as they got into it, went nose to nose, and Kevin's yelling words at Russell and calling him a name that that'd be the last name I would call Russell Westbrook, but he called him that word. And it occasionally makes Golden State, as potent as they are, and they were potent last night late, it makes them a little more vulnerable than they were.
I know, KD. I was with KD in Seattle when we drafted him. He was 18 years old. KD's a great person, extremely great person. High talented player, 7 foot. I don't care what he says. He's 7 feet tall, making plays with the basketball, crossover between the legs, pull up threes, transition. He catches it at half court, 1 or 2 dribbles. He's in the rim. KD needs an enforcer. Last season, they had Matt Barnes just for that reason. Yeah, Draymond Green cannot continue to be that person because if he is, they need Draymond. So who's their enforcer? Who is it? Boogie Cousins is going to go at you. Boogie Cousins, to me, is the most talented big man in the NBA by far. It's not even close. Embiid is right there with him. Probably potentially will pass him. But Boogie has the game down. He can do everything on the court. Boogie goes at your heart. There's some people that compete against you, and then some people that competes against your soul. Yeah. He goes at your soul.
That's a good point.
So Boogie and KD, they get into it throughout the game. I saw the screen when Boogie kind of flopped. KD's not knocking down Boogie. You know, but Boogie's trying to win the game. Yeah. But it was also another clip where Boogie kind of goes into KD's chin with his forehead. KD backed away. He felt that. KD had to get thrown out because if he didn't, and I'm watching that game as a coach or as a player, I'm saying, oh, we just have to hit him. We're going to hit him and make this game nasty and check his heart. We're going to check his card and see what he comes back with. Draymond can't fight every battle. No. Which is why they need a guy like a Matt Barnes to come in and just disrupt everything, which Matt also did for Blake Griffin and the Clippers.
So, but you know that KD now leads the league in ejections. He's got 3 already. So, and he's on pace to have, what, 19?
Skip, you remember I told you I came to your dressing room and we were going to talk about Lonzo and we didn't get an opportunity to. When you play team sports, it's about predatory behavior. We're going to find who's weak. And we're going to pick on you. Whether you play football, if we find a weak offensive lineman, if you're receivers, they don't want to go across the middle, if you're cornerback, wherever it is. Same thing in basketball. They're trying to find the weak link. And right now, when they play the team, because you remember in Denver, now we told Skip this earlier, the guy was running out the clock. Lonzo's walking down to the other end. The guy gets the ball and dribbles the ball around Lonzo Ball. You know why? Because they view him as weak. They view him that they can take his card. And so Kevin Durant, maybe this has always been Kevin Durant. Maybe this is always who he was. Maybe in Seattle when he went to Oklahoma, but now being in the Bay Area, you're like, well, hey, I can let it all. I'm a champ now. So I can let it all hang out. You notice he started getting thrown out more once Bron got thrown out. He said, I can't pass Bron as the best player in the NBA. I get thrown out like he can.
I don't think
that's what he said. Because who's saying Kevin Durant's the best player in the NBA? Everybody is still saying 2-3 from the 3-3-0 is still the best.
All I know is that Kevin Durant shot a three right in LeBron's face that ended the NBA Finals.
It happens.
That's all I know.
It happens.
Yeah, he took his heart,
but
he snatched his soul right there on national television for all the world to
and then
see.
Kevin Durant undermined his own argument because he goes into the locker room and says, well, ain't nobody want to fight anyway. Bro, you can't say that if after you wait till they grab you and then you pretend you want to go at Boogie. If you just step to him, all you had to do was just step to him if you bought that. But it's, he done got tougher now. He been in the Bay, E40 out in the Bay. Tupac spent a little time in the Bay. The Loonies, Mac Dre. KD, stop it. You ain't about that.
It's a lot of flavor in the Bay.
Yeah, he ain't about that.
KD's really picking up on that flavor. But in defense of LeBron, when KD hit the three, every scouting report knows KD on the left wing after half court is one dribble pull-up or one dribble, two dribbles to the rim. So Bron had to play chess. He had to give up the three because he know that second dribble, KD's 7 feet tall. Bron is not contesting that at the rim, and that weak side doesn't jump high enough. But I think KD moving forward, he has to send a message because he's trying to repeat. He's trying to send a message. That entire team is very chippy right now.
Right.
They're very chippy. They want to let people know you're not going to just run through us. It's going to be some problems. And we're still talented enough to win the game. And I'm going to be very strategic on when I get kicked out of the game. I'm not going to put us in a situation where we could lose and it's a bad loss. I see we have the game under control. I'm going to get kicked out. But I guarantee you moving forward, with Steph Curry's injury, no one else will get kicked out.
And
they need each other.
Think about it, Skip. And when you look at the Warriors, everybody says, look at Steph. Look at Clay. They look at the complexion. They look at the hair. You automatically think Saul. They say, nah, we not those cute, cuddly Warriors anymore. We coming for your throat. And what y'all gonna do?
I don't think anybody ever accused Draymond of being soft.
No. Dre from Sag Nasty. So Dre bought that. But when you look at Clay and Steph, you're like, y'all ain't gonna do nothing. Y'all ain't gonna bust fruit in a fruit fight. So you got to try them. I got to see where you at. Skip, it's all about I'm going to see how far I can go. I'm going to go to the line. Now, if you let me cross over, okay, then that's on tape. That's on you.
So Lonzo Ball is so weak so far in the NBA that he had 16 rebounds one night, and the next night he had 13. Is that a soft, weak player? I'm just asking.
Can
you get 16 rebounds?
Who was that? Was they Caldwell Pope and Euless had got into it. Now, everybody else, you saw Josh Jackson run into the scrum. Lonzo Ball looked and walked by. How should he have handled that situation, Earl? Tell the truth, Earl.
The Denver Nuggets game, Jamal Murray, who was not considered a tough player.
No.
I don't know if Lonzo's seen the dribble behind his body, the back, or whatever you want to call it, but you have to take a hard foul and get kicked out of that game. You have to lose some money in this level. We talk about dog. You guys talk about having dog a lot. A lot of people don't have dog. Because a lot of time having dog means you have to eventually use your hands. So people don't want to get to that point, but you cannot win a championship or be one of the best players in this league or lead a top team without having a couple of players, if not your best player, being nasty. Steph Curry is the best screen setter in the NBA. He will lift you. I remember playing against him when I was in Utah. He set a screen on me. I was about to get kicked out of the league. I'm telling you, he set a screen on me and he lifted me. And I was like, whoa, that was a hard hit. And he did it on purpose because he knew he had to hit me first. And from that moment on, you knew you have to hit Steph Curry. You watch him. He gets open from setting hard screens. He makes the defense shift, and he pops out for an open three. But you have to have that dog. And
do you think Lonzo has the dog?
He has to find it. Because if not, he will not win a playoff series. He will not win a playoff series. I didn't think KD had it, but KD found it.
Earl, thanks for joining us. Should Eli Manning get his starting job back? We'll discuss that next.
That dog.